Hi, this is Dr. Mark Pitstick at soulproof.com, answering commonly asked spiritual questions with evidence-based answers. And this next part is a personal story, my dad's passing. In other words, people will ask, well, does this soul-proof evidence help you? And when Dad passed on, I got to find out firsthand. First of all, we were very close. He was one of my best friends. He was a bull of a man. He was just an amazing person. He helped so many people in so many ways. The president of a lot of boards, homeless shelter, children's services, Habitat for Humanity, Lions, and so on. So wonderful life, and wonderful to see that and have a dad like that. Well, he was ill for a while, and he was in the hospital, and the diagnosis was congestive heart failure. So having worked in hospitals, I know that was no big deal. Just take a medication or two and he should be fine. He was about 80 years old. Well, my fiance and I, Andy, went to visit him, and Andy has the ability to see auras, to see spirits and energy. And when we left the hospital, she said, Mark, there was someone in the room with him, a spirit being. I said, well, that's good, isn't it? Don't we all have spirits? And she said, yeah, but she was there to help him die. I was like, no way, he just has congestive heart failure. They can treat that. And so she didn't say much more. Well, the next day, we got back all the reports, and he had acute leukemia. And they gave him 2 to 4 months to live. Well, that made what Andy saw make more sense. The following day, Tuesday, he and I spoke. It was the first time we had talked since he got his terminal diagnosis. And already he was starting to bleed from his nose, and extreme fatigue and shortness of breath, and they thought that's the way it would be for months and months. And I said, well, Dad, you know, you had a near-death experience years ago when you had a chance to die, but you passed it up because you wanted to spend more time with your family, you wanted to wrap up some projects you were doing. So you don't have to go through the whole 2 to 4 months suffering thing. It's as if you're taking a train trip, you already have the ticket in your hand, you know where the conductor is, all you have to do is give it to the conductor. And he said, I like that. I'm going to pray about that. I'm going to think about that, talk to the Lord about it. Well, then on Thursday I visited him, and I was really sad. I was really going through a tough time, and I cried a lot. And he said, I don't get it. He said, you know that there's an afterlife. You know we'll see each other again. Why are you crying so much? I said, I'm crying because I'm sad. I'm going to miss you. And I said, I think sadness is like diarrhea. You shouldn't try to hold it in. And he loved that. He laughed his head off. And it was amazing how he went through the whole thing with so much lightness. When we talked about what we wanted to do with his ashes, because he's being cremated, he said, I don't care what you do with them. You know, it's not me anymore. You can put them wherever you want. When the hospice worker was taking all the information from him, she said, any questions at all? Any problems? He said, no. He said, but if there are a problem, I'll just die on you. And she looked shocked for a minute, and then she realized he was joking. I gave him a haircut that day. He wanted to have a kind of a burr haircut. And this is around the time when one of the presidential candidates had a $400 haircut. So the rest of the day, all the staff that came, he said, how do you like my haircut? This is my $400 haircut. So here he is dying, he knows he's dying, and yet here he is still joking and having fun and making a light of things. It was really, really impressive. I told him what Andy had seen on the Sunday before, the spirit being, and I described what Andy told me she looked like. Short, pretty rotund woman, print dress, had an apron on, her hair pulled back, and he started crying. He said, that's my grandma Agnes. He said, I was there when she died. I helped her die, and now she's come to help me. So I'm going to get through this, and we'll be back to tell about what I call changing worlds in 9 days, lessons from my dad's death.